Hey you guys, it's Al. Welcome to a 15-minute active leg stretch. This is a great little flow for any time that you are sore from a heavy leg day, from a long run, or anything like that, where you kind of wake up and you're like, oh my God, my legs are killing me. So go ahead and meet me here in a seated position and we'll go ahead and get started. Alright, so go ahead and find your comfortable seat. You can either sit on your heels like I'm sitting now, you can sit cross-legged, or if you want to go ahead and start stretching the legs during our first few breaths, you can take the soles of the feet together and make a little butterfly pose. Wherever you are, we're just going to take a couple deep breaths to settle in. So find your comfortable seated position, and all together we'll breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. If you're taking this little butterfly stretch, just let your legs relax for now. We're not really trying to get super deep into this stretch yet. Just taking a couple of moments here to settle in and just notice how we feel. Go ahead and open your eyes if you close them for those last few breaths. And we're gonna make our way to a tabletop position. So you can plant your hands in front of you and make your way to all fours. So your shoulders are over your wrists, hips are over your knees. And we'll just take a couple rounds of cat and cow here to warm up the spine a little bit. So go ahead and inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze. And exhale, round through the spine, lift back between the arms to the tops of the thighs. And continue with that on the breath, moving back and forth here. The reason I'm just starting with a little bit of spinal movement is that typically when your legs are sore from either working out or running or anything like that, you're definitely also using your core to maintain your balance while you run, or to stay strong while you're doing squats or lunges or whatever it is. So often our core and our low back become very engaged in those types of movements. So it's good to just warm them up and get some stretches in those areas as well. One more round here. And come to neutral spine. Extend the right leg out behind you, toes planted down on the mat, and just push that right heel towards the back edge of your mat. Big stretch in the back of the calf here. And return your right knee back down. Left leg extends, left heel presses back. And lower the left knee back down. Walk the hands out about one hand print in front of where they were. Curl your toes under and shift your hips up and back to downward facing dog. Now as you land in your downward dog, bend into your knees generously so you can lengthen out the spine. So pressing into the hands, creating a long line from your hands to the tailbone. Head is in line with your shoulders. And then once you find that length in the spine, start to straighten into the right leg, keeping the left knee bent and drawing the right heel down towards the mat. So isolating that stretch all along the back of the right leg. The right heel might not come all the way down to the mat, that's perfectly fine. Just lowering it until you feel that stretch. And then bend back into the right knee and then straighten the left. Left heel lowers. Bend back into the left knee. Straighten into the right knee. Bend back into the right knee and straighten into the left knee. So we often pedal out the feet in our downward dog, but really just slowing it down here and feeling it in each leg. bend into both knees and then straighten both knees, keeping the spine nice and long. Lowering both heels down towards the mat. And then bend into both knees, just a little bit. Take a big breath in and extend the right leg up towards the sky, three-legged dog. Feel that stretch in the right hip. And then draw your right knee in towards your chest and plant the right foot on the outside of the right hand. From here, lower the back knee down, put the top of the back foot onto the mat. And just sink into your hips here. Option to stay right here if you're enjoying this stretch in the right hip. Or take the right hand onto the low back and start to twist open towards your right. And you can stay right here again. Or if you feel safe in doing so, you can start to bend more deeply into the left knee. And if you're able to reach back for that left foot, find a little quad stretch here. If you're able to make that connection, drawing the left heel towards the left glute. You should feel that all along the front of the left upper thigh. With control and caution, release the foot, lower it back down, and return the right hand down to the mat. Curl the back toes under, hover the back knee, and step the front foot back to downward facing dog. Inhale, extend the left leg up towards the sky, three-legged dog. Big hip stretch. Left knee comes in towards the nose and then plant the left foot on the outside of the left hand. Lower the back knee down, put the top of the back foot. And you have those same options. So you can either stay right here. You can take the left hand to the low back and find a little twist. Or if you have space and it feels okay in your knee, you can bend into the back knee and reach back for that foot. Drawing the heel towards the glute. And finding a nice stretch in that quad. We'll come back to the quads in a little bit. So if this doesn't feel good for you, then go ahead and just release. And then everybody release the foot if you grabbed it and plant the left hand back down. Curl the back toes under, hover the back knee, and step the front foot back. Shift the hips up and back to downward dog. From your downward dog, cross the left foot behind the right foot, finding a little cross in the legs, and lower that left heel down towards the mat. Go ahead and start to walk the hands back towards your feet and find a forward fold at the back of your mat. Put the left foot crossed behind the right. Walk the hands back out. Uncross your feet, downward dog. And then a right foot comes behind the left. Lower the right heel down, find that stretch in the right leg. And then walk the hands back. Forward fold. Walk the hands forward again. Uncross the legs, regular downward dog. And this time walk the hands back with your feet in their regular position. Finding a normal, good old-fashioned forward fold here. With a big breath in, let the hands slide up the legs, halfway lift. Crown of the head reaches forward, long spine. And exhale to release. Inhale, come all the way up to stand, sweep the arms up high. And exhale, take your hands to your heart. Take a moment to settle here. Adjust your shirt if it got all messed up like mine did. And we're gonna start by taking the right foot and stepping it about halfway up the mat. Start to hinge forward from the hips, keeping the spine nice and long. As you hinge forward, you'll start to feel a stretch in the front leg. You can either stay here with your hands at your heart or lower the hands all the way down to the mat and fold forward. This would be a great place for blocks if you have them. Make sure you find a little bend in that front knee before you use the strength of your legs to lift yourself back up to stand. Hands come back to heart. Shift the weight forward into the front leg. Kick off the back foot and draw the left heel towards your glute. You can reach back for that foot and hug it in towards your booty. And you can either stay right here with your hand on your heart if you want to grab onto something for balance. That's totally fine. If you have a wall nearby, it might be helpful, so you can just really focus on this quad stretch here. And with control, release the foot, lower that foot back down. Hands come to heart, step the left foot the rest of the way up the mat, and hinge from the hips. Finding that pyramid pose again here. And you can either stay right here or release the fingers down to the mat and release your head and neck into a forward fold. Once again, before we come out of this, find a little bend in the front knee. So use the strength of the legs to draw yourself back up to stand. Hands come back to heart. Shift the weight into the left foot and kick off the back foot. Right heel comes towards the glute, and you can reach back with your right hand for that foot. Drawing it in, stretching out the quad. And left hand can stay right here by your heart or grab onto something or come to your hip or come out for balance. And with control, lower that foot back down. Land the right foot next to the left. And we're all gonna turn to face the long edge of the mat. Widen the stance. Take a big breath in to sweep the arms up, and with the breath out, hinge into your forward fold. And just find some release here. You can either find stillness or whatever movement feels good for you. So you came to this practice because you had sore legs, so just take a moment to bend in whatever way feels good to stretch out your legs. So you might sway from side to side like I'm doing. Or maybe bend into one knee and then the other. Or just find stillness and try to find some more release here. Whatever is calling to you. Wherever you are, plant your hands down in front of you and start to heel toe your feet in towards each other. Coming a little wider than hips distance and with the toes pointing a little bit out. And then start to lower your hips down towards the mat. Take the elbows to the insides of the thighs. And take your hands to heart center. A little yogi squat here. If this is not working for you, you can always lower all the way down to your hips. And just sit like this. And we'll breathe here for 3, 2, 1. And now everybody lower down onto your hips.
Find a comfortable seated position. And we'll take a few long, deep breaths here to close out our practice together. Hands on the knees or at heart center. And breathe with me.
Open your eyes if they're closed, and lower your hands back down. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I hope you feel amazing after that practice. This is just a compilation of some of my favorite stretches for when your legs are really sore. If you know me, if you follow me, you know that I also work out and go running in addition to my yoga practice. So yoga as a means of kind of recovering from a heavy leg day or from a long run is so crucial to me. Recovery is so important to building strength. So if you are somebody that does a lot of squats and lunges and stuff like that in your workout routine, you need to stretch. You need to drink water all the time to make sure that you're really making the most of your workout and restoring your muscles so that they actually can grow and you actually get stronger. So come back to this anytime that you need a quick little leg stretch. I will also be posting a restorative leg stretch. So this was kind of an active version of my next video where we're gonna continue on with some of these hamstring, quad, hip stretches, but we'll stay kind of low to the ground, and it'll be something you can sort of do in bed if you wanted to, or do in your pajamas, or just kind of a comfier sort of flow. So if you are looking to kind of keep the stretch going, I will include a link to that video once I post it. Like I said, it'll be the week after I post this video. So if you're watching this within the first week that I post it, just hang in there till Monday. But if you're watching it later, there will be a link right here to move on to that video. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this. If you liked it, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, give the video a thumbs up, and leave me a comment letting me know how that's felt in your legs, letting me know if you have any questions, suggestions, or anything like that. I will see you again soon, and don't forget to stretch and hydrate and stay healthy and keep doing yoga every day. Mwah.